Family have gone onward to look at the arch, to climb the rocks, to go up over, and this old man's staying back. But I tell you what, it is truly a beautiful sight out here west. Today's rather busy. We're moving up on Thanksgiving, and there's a lot of people who have come to the area of Moab to see these incredible arches. And so it is really a beautiful sight here. And if I could, I would love to be able to turn this around and show you some of the scenery. So let me do that right now so that you can see what I'm seeing and God's wonderful creation. So as we look over here, you're going to see this cliff wall, and there's the arches, and it's just incredible as you see the size of this. You see by the dimensions of the people and who are climbing up over there, and then you look at this way and you see in this tall wall, and those there are what they call windows because they haven't quite made into an arch, but it is truly gorgeous. But you know, I'm thinking about when you look at creation and how God was able to do all of this, and he did so in a short amount of time, and then he did it with the flood and everything else that goes on. I guess the most despairing thing is to think of how often you have to listen to everybody talk about millions of years and this and the other, and they take in this grandeur, and yet they don't give the God who created it the credit. But here it is. It is really a beautiful scene here. And well, today's Bible verse, as I share it with my grandkids, is taken from Psalms 23. And I was talking about how David says in the psalm that God prepares a table before his enemies. And so oftentimes we think of, well, the enemies are going to be serving, or we're going to be in places of honor. That word to before our enemies can also be interpreted as being, well, opposite our enemies. So across the table will be our enemies. So those who sought to destroy our lives are now one with us as we rejoice at the table of the Lord. And you know, when I look at the scenery, I can't help but think of David as he would run and hide from Saul in caves, much like these, right? And he would have to come down into the water, where the water is at, to be able to get the drink, and how treacherous that was. And now Saul's army would wait for David and his men, but God would provide protection. And even in this arid situation, there's still plenty of vegetation if you know what you're looking for. And so there's a wonderful picture here of a reminder when we look into the scriptures to give an idea of some of the things in which we read about. Kind of a visual here, and we don't have to travel on the other side of the world to be able to still take it in. So hey, that's my short little devotions for you today. It's 3.5 minutes, but God bless you, and pray for the youth as they will continue to be down in Mexico with Pastor Jim and ministering to the people there. So I'm glad you could join, and God